It's Knotfest 2022. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you.
On the Knotfest stage. We were just discussing how hot it is out there. It's a warm day at Knotfest, isn't it? Is this usual for Finland?
Yeah, it gets hot in the summer, but I don't like it. It's too hot for me.
Not very metal.
Usually, you know, rock and roll is supposed to be at night and at dark. So
and cold and in the woods.
Yeah.
So this is the first ever Knotfest Finland. How does it feel to be playing at this event?
Of course, it's we've listened to Slipknot and Korn and bands like that when we were younger, so it's great to be playing here. Yeah, those big bands when I was younger, so
so
it's awesome.
The other thing that I wanted to ask you about is your band has had a lot of success in the mainstream here in Finland.
Yeah.
And it's always a curious thing for me. In Finland, can a metal band get played on like a popular music station?
Do they get played?
Do they get played?
Yeah.
Is it like mainstream music out here? Is it like listening to Drake, but you listen to
I think
metal?
We got played more in the past, but nowadays it's getting quite hard to get metal. Of course, there's Radio Rock that plays only rock music and harder music also, but maybe 2008 or 2009 when we were signed to Universal Records, then our songs got played in the radio much more than now. So I guess something has changed, but I don't know why. Maybe it's the music. Yeah.
For anyone that hasn't been to Finland, how would you describe the music scene here in Finland?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think everybody knows everybody here. It's so.
Is it really?
I think so. Most of people knows. Yeah, and especially in the metal scene and hard rock scene, I think most bands know each other quite well. And of course, Finland is so small. So and of course there's some pop music here as there's everywhere else. So yeah, everybody knows everyone, I think.
If someone wants to make a Finland playlist, can you tell us some bands that we should be adding to our...
Of course, Sara.
Of course.
What would I say? Oranssi Pasusu.
Right, okay.
That's a must on that list.
Nightwish are going on the list?
Maybe some Nightwish song too.
Yeah.
What would I say? Moonshot, new band. It's from Lapko and Disco Ensemble. It's their new band, so maybe that would be their some.
I love that. I love to see musicians who have been around and played lots of gigs, supporting lots of different bands and scenes where everybody supports each other, and that's what it sounds like here. That's what it sounds like. So you dropped your new album earlier this year.
Yeah.
How was the reception to the album?
I think it's music is getting a bit harder again. We have a few records that we started doing this more machine pop like stuff, easier, and now we're getting back to the old heavier guitars. So I think people are taking it good, and it's been really nice for us as a band. That's what we do good also. That's our instruments, guitars are our instruments. We had a lot of synths on stage at some point, so it's good to get back to the old days,
I think that's really interesting that you say that, because at the moment a lot of bands are going back to that sound. Even when you think of Slipknot and their new stuff that they're releasing, it is very heavy. Do you think there is a resurgence? I know metal never dies, it never goes away, but do you feel like there's a bubbling of metal coming to the forefront again, especially with bands like Metallica on Stranger Things?
Yeah, and I think it goes always like that, up and down, music's changing, and it always comes back in some new form or something like that. So I'm happy it's coming back, and I'm happy I'm also listening to harder music again. So
If someone's watching this and they're like, I'm a metalhead, And I know that Finland is very much a home for heavy music. Can you make them a Sara playlist? Like, what should be the first 4 songs that go on their playlist to describe the band?
I think it should be our 2 latest albums, something from the Summa album and the Pimeys that came out earlier this year. So maybe some songs from those 2 albums.
Okay, so you wouldn't go back to the older stuff. You're going to keep it modern.
I think the new stuff is more heavier and modern. So maybe the old stuff is quite I prefer the new stuff.
Okay, I love that.
Every musician does it, you know.
Yeah, because you've been touring the other stuff.
The new stuff is always the best.
You've been touring the other stuff for time.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to get to know your band, what is, say, a hobby that you have that people wouldn't expect you to have?
What is my
a hobby? There's something that you do in your spare time that people might be surprised
I started cross skiing last winter.
Cross skiing? Yeah. What is cross skiing? So it's skiing.
Skiing, yeah.
But across?
what do you call it? Murtomahiihto. So it's skiing in the woods, you know.
Skiing in the woods?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you could get hit by a tree at any point?
I can hit a tree.
You can hit. Yeah. Wow. So it's quite dangerous.
No, it's not. I don't ski that fast.
Okay.
I'm not that good.
If you could pick a film that you think sums up the band, and if you had to use a movie to describe the band,
our band, Sara.
Yeah, which movie would you think?
I would. Can I say a series?
Yes, of course.
I think the Netflix series Dark could be.
Okay.
Could be. The latest album, Pimeys, got a lot of influence from the series.
Did it really?
I totally fell in love with the series and the overall mood and the music, the soundtrack of it. So Pimeys means darkness, so the name comes from the series too. So
So it's all connected.
It's all connected, yeah.
I like that. So where do you normally take influences from?
It's people around me, what's happening in the world, and series I watch, and then it comes together like this big abstract thing that you write about.
It's interesting because I was saying as well to Stamina earlier, I was saying Finland is the happiest place to live in the world.
Yeah.
Has the highest levels of happiness, and yet it has the most intense music.
Yeah. Maybe we're putting it to the music and enjoying the rest of the time.
So you enjoy life, and any stress you just put into music. That's a lesson we all need to learn. So what's coming up for you in 2022, 2023?
Some gigs on September.
Yeah.
This is our last show for the summer, and then we're starting to think about the next record and who we're gonna do the record with, some new producers maybe or something like that. And what are we gonna go to a studio, or what we're gonna do? That's the new songs. Yeah.
Okay, so the fans are gonna be very happy about that.
Hope so.
New songs coming at some point. Well, thank you so much for chatting to us here at Knotfest.
Thanks a lot.
And yes, have the best time here at the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll be listening from over here.
Yeah, you too.